Hi guys, welcome back to another video by mykayaplus. Today we will be talking about an upcoming IPO in the Malaysian market, Oppstar Berhad. So Chun tell us a little bit more on why should not investors invest into this upcoming IPO based on the information we have obtained from the IPO prospectus.
I think before we start, as usual, there is a quick disclaimer. This video doesn't sell as any buy or sell call, just invest at your own risk. So go into the introduction about this company. So Oppstar Berhad is a Malaysian company that provide integrated circuits, or particularly they call it as IC, design services covering the front end and also back end design. So on top of it, they also provide a complete turnkey solution for a few of their clients. And in short, if you wanted to see where are they positioned within the entire value chain, the semiconductor value chain, they are in the much upstream. So you can see over to the left of the corner is in the design stage. And then of course, after that, you have big name like TSMC in the wafer fabrication and so on, right? So this is where they are right now. And this is also the reason why make this company so interesting, because typically Malaysia is usually in the middle or slightly down lower stream inside the entire value chain, right? So let's take a quick look about a few key facts about the companies. So if you look into the recent 3-year performance, there has been a very good result showing on the year-on-year growth. So if you zoom into the year-on-year growth from 2021 to 2022 is actually a very good 104% of revenue growth. But then one thing to take note is if you compare the financial period end between 2022 versus the latest one, which is 2023, the year-on-year growth is only 9%. So it also give you a signal that they have a tremendous growth, but then probably is between 2020 to 2021 and then go to 2022, right? And then another thing that's very interesting about the company is this company managed to actually draw a very high profit margins, especially if you look into the number starting from 2021. And then you'll be excited that this is a company with so much control into their product that they can actually charge so much higher to the end client. But then you just need to take note, even though this is very interesting stuff that will be shared across the news, there's a catch. So one of the reasons why the profit margin is actually much higher is because we have a direct relationship with the services that offered by Offstar. So if you can see the pie chart that we have prepared, whenever the entire services provided by Offstar have a high concentration into the turnkey solution, it basically allowed Offstar to actually charge a much higher margin. So bear in mind, the higher margin is not coming naturally. It actually depends on the type of services sold by Offstar. And then this also give you key things that you should basically focusing on is what is the key thing that Offstar sell to the client. The reason why they have such a good result in the past 2 years is because they managed to strike a strategic project with this particular one client, which is Xiamen Kirin Core. This is the guy that actually use their turnkey design solution. Like what I mentioned, this is the solution that gives them high margin. And then if you look into the number that we have displayed here, which is financial year end 2022, Xiamen Kirin Core basically contributed close to 70% of the entire revenue. So it's important, one single client, and then focusing into turnkey design services. And then on top of it, of course, Xiamen Kirin Core is a client from China. Over the year, Offstar also having a very heavy reliance into on the China customers. Because Xiamen Kirin Core is one of the largest, and then they also have a few smaller contributions from the other client. So concentrated into one single client, concentrated into one single country as well. And then what they plan to do with this IPO is basically they plan to raise about 100 million ringgits with the aim to expand the business. So you can see close to about 48% of the amount they plan to go for general business expansion. And then they also will spend quite a bit, which is about quarter of it, 24% to establish new offices in, let's say, India and so on. So it's very straightforward. They have good result. They plan to expand. They wanted to raise more fund to actually can cover the market in a faster manner. So when we zoom into the details about the IPO figures, basically they plan to list at this price, which is 63 cents ringgit. And then with this number in place, if you times against the number of shares will be issued, it will end up be about 400 millions worth of market cap. And then if you straight away take the number from financial year end 2022, you will get the PE ratio close to about 24.1. So is this valuation expensive or not? We will give you some of the quick reference. So let's do a quick comparison with some of the big names that you can relate in Malaysia in the semiconductor industry. So one of it is Inari. So you can see Inari is quite close with Oppstar in terms of PE ratio. But then if you compare about the profit margin, of course, Oppstar is on the higher end. But key thing to take note also, if you look into the market cap of Inari, they are much bigger size compared to Oppstar. So this is a few angle to look into it. And of course, another guy that is slightly at the downstream, which is MPI, is also about the same 27 PE, but then their trading 12-month profit margin is just about 10.1%. So this is a few key things that you should take note about Oppstar before you invest or before you opt for the IPO. I will return this stage to Jupan to conclude the summary of these stocks.
Thank you, Junpeng. So at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, are you happy with the business model of Oppstar? Are you confident and comfortable with the fact that it has such a huge reliance on one particular client or customer coming from China? And will trade war actually, affect Oppstar's upcoming prospects if there is an uncertainty in terms of the US sanctions into the chip business in China market? So I'll leave that up to you to decide. So let us know in the comment section whether are you going to subscribe to Oppstar's IPO or are you going to actually stay away. Let us know in the comments. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.